Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So today I wanted to talk about the well-known phrase, when's the best time to plant a tree 10 years ago and when's the second best time to plant a tree now. So I feel that a lot of us get caught in this loop of saying, I wished I'd have done this 10 years ago, I wished I'd have started this 10 years ago. Oh my gosh, imagine if I'd have started my channel 10 years ago and really put effort in. Imagine, all those people that did, look how big they are now, look how successful they are. But you know what, there is now, and there has never been another now. Like, we're always in the now, and we can start anytime we want. And in another 10 years, your future self is going to be so happy that you didn't put things off and that you actually started. So there is no better time than to start on something you're passionate about than now. And I think another excuse like people often have is they don't know what to do. They don't know how to do it. Sort of they kind of vaguely know they're not doing something that they want to do, but they don't exactly know what it is that they want to do, or all the conditions are not right to do it. They say, oh, well, I'd do it if this. And what I find personally is that you kind of have to get rolling. It's sort of like you build the momentum and then things come in. And that is things, ideas and inspiration actually comes in often when you just get started. And people to work with come in when you get started, or ideas and brand deals or whatever it is that you're doing. Often it just takes that kind of building some momentum and getting going off the track, turning the key in the ignition. Because I do believe we're co-creating. I'm trying to talk to the camera, by the way, because I get really told off that I look here at the video. And I'm really struggling to start because it's just very automatic for me to watch that everything's recording. And when there's something going off in the screen, maybe I need to turn the camera around. But yeah, I feel that, we kind of just turn that key and we work with the universe, that we build that momentum with the universe and we build the excitement. And very often I found that that's how inspiration and ideas come in. And that's certainly how talent comes in. I think some people have this idea that if you're not automatically amazingly talented at something, then you have to get better before you can start. But I've built many things from scratch, including being a fashion photographer, and I did shoot for Vogue Brides, I shot GQ magazine, I shot Prince Charles, and I tell you what, I never waited to learn how to do photography. I just got on and used my camera and I got better and better. And I of course along the way I learned things or asked things or picked up things, but I never actually had lessons. And I did just do it, and a lot of people say, sort of laugh when you say just do it, but it really is a thing. Just do it, just start. And, I think I've done this recently with my YouTube as well. So for a while now, I have wanted to start a YouTube for a few years. Not this one, but I've got a travel one that I'm building simultaneously. And I've been doing it for about 3 months now. And already the movement and the growth on that channel is insane. And I'm not saying I'm earning hundreds of pounds, because I'm definitely not. But I can see the growth in it, not just the growth in followers, but I can see the growth in my own filming and my own ideas and the direction for the channel. Because when I started it, I was quite directionless. I more just knew that I liked the idea that I could build my photography skills into video, that I liked being on camera, I liked sort of presenting. I wanted the idea of being more free and being out and seeing the world, because I was kind of getting sick of doing art and just sitting at home and not leaving the house. But the reason that I didn't start actually many years ago is because I didn't think that I had the skills. I didn't have the equipment. I didn't have people to work with, and I really wanted people to work with. I didn't want to do it on my own. And because I didn't want to do it on my own, and I didn't have my ideal conditions to get started, I didn't get started. And I was living proof of that. I could have started 10 years ago or at least 6-7 years ago. And what happened was recently I just decided that I needed to just get started, because I am normally quite good at that, just get going on it. And I just picked up my camera and I started doing these walk around videos, and I just walked around areas and filmed them. And it wasn't really my passion. I wasn't really like feeling it. I wasn't inspired necessarily to do it, but I just did it because I thought I've got to get started. And it at least was creating the lifestyle that I could imagine that I would enjoy, getting to travel, see places and capture them. But as I was doing it very quickly, and like I said, I'm only 3 months in, and what I found was that I started to build my style and build my inspiration. And I'm still very, very new. I've got such a long way to go. But already seeing the shift in 3 months of how I started filming and what I'm drawn to now, and the inspiration and the ideas and the concepts and the way I'm doing it now is so different. And then I also found people to film with as well that just rolled in. And I feel like that would never have happened if I'd never just got started. So I can't say how important it is just to get started. You don't have to be great. You don't have to have the best equipment. You don't have to be any good at it. I'm not saying that we should be, I think some people never seem to want to get better, and I don't agree with that. I think we should always want to improve. We should always want to be better. Or at least that's how I feel. But you're not going to get there by waiting to be better before you start. You're just going to look back in another 10 years and think, God, I would have been quite good now if I'd actually started 10 years ago. We get better by doing. There's that thing that once you've done 10,000 hours in something, you're considered an expert. And we just doing is the thing, really, and just getting up, doing it, not waiting for 10 years and then looking back and thinking, I wished I'd have done that 10 years ago. We've got to grasp the present moment. We're only in the present moment. We only have now. We only have us. We only have the skill set that we have, but we can grow it. And if we do something now, in 10 years' time, our future 10-year self is going to be so, so, so thankful that we just picked up and started 10 years ago, because we'll be in a totally different place. Like, I can't believe how much has shifted in 3 months. And I can't even imagine in 10 years, where I could sort of take that if I keep working on it all the time. And it's the same for all of us. It's the same with everything. And I'll let you into, a secret that no one is any good at what they do when they get started. They're just not. Even a lot of big singers, they do have a spark of talent, but then they build it. And by the time you see them explode onto the screen, they've already been developing themselves for years and years behind closed doors, by doing small gigs, by sitting in their bedroom playing instruments, by recording songs and putting them on YouTube or whatever. And I actually, in my circles, I used to know some very famous singers. They weren't necessarily my friends, but they were friends of friends. And I actually do know a girl that is sort of a semi-famous singer because I used to photograph her. And she's now writing #1 hits for artists, but she didn't get there overnight. It's taken her like 20 years or whatever to get to that stage. And I do know of a very famous singer sorry, my battery ran out there and I've almost finished anyway. But yes, a friend of a friend used to be a very famous singer, and she seemed like an overnight success that just burst onto the scene. But knowing a little bit of what went on behind the scenes, that was not the case at all. This person had been kind of building their style for years and years and years, just completely under the radar. And before we had sort of YouTube and social media, so no one knew about this or heard about this other than her friends, and there'd also been failed record deals and everything. And I think people don't see that a lot of these people's path to success was not as simple as it might look. And a lot of people think if they don't have an overnight success that they're not, worthy, or it's not their path, or they're not good enough. But, we have to improve. We have to get going. We have to start. There's a meme that I have, and it shows a guy. It's like a real legit meme, and it shows a guy that started drawing every single day. And within 3 years, he went from very basic drawing to almost lifelike photo drawing. And that is how good we can get when we do stuff and we just get going and we work forward, and then things tend to fall in. So people want to work with you, people want to collab with you, people want you to come film their hotel, people want you to come film their experience, but no one's going to want you to do it if you've got nothing to show. So you just have to work with that process. We all know it's difficult getting started, but it's not as difficult as how you're going to feel in 10 years time if you didn't get started on your dreams. So yeah, I hope that video helps, and I hope everybody is good, and I hope you're all working on your dreams and getting started today, because there is only today. All right, I'll speak soon. Bye.